What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to have a little chat about the new Beolit 20. There. Let's get into it. So recently B&O released a new and improved version of the Beolit 17 called the Beolit 20. I don't know if anybody ever noticed, but the number refers to the year they're released. So this came from 2020. I know I'm a bit late to the party, but here we are anyway. The box, as per always, is a lot better than it ever used to be. The colors are quite exact because, as you can see, this is the grey one. The leather is so much nicer. It's very, very nice to the feel. It's a bit rough on the inside, but that gives you that grip. You have nice logos, same on the back. And you can see where the clamshell meets. And USB-C, great. And line in, also nice. It's different than the ones from the past where you had a little cubby in it, but you get more speakers. So it's really, really rather nice. Let's go over some of the tech specs. So you have three 1.5 inch full range drivers, tweeters, full range. One is here, and then one is on the back. I think it's actually right here. Then you have one 5.5 inch long stroke wideband woofer, basically the bass driver. That takes up most of this space right here. And then you have two 4-inch passive bass radiators. They're kind of strange in that they're square, but they do an excellent job, and they are here on these two sides, like one on each side. And I must say, in terms of bass, this is a really nice product. It's kind of unlike B&O, but it is very much in the Beoplay territory of old. The bass is pleasant, it's forceful, it's more modern, if you will, for on the go. This is quite a good speaker for outdoor areas because the bass is more pronounced than you're used to on any sort of other Bang Olufsen product. And I kind of like it. Actually, when I play it over there on my table, it fills up most of this room for more than ambient listening, really. It's quite powerful. It's pleasant, and like I said, it's not no Beolit 50 or anything, but it does it nice in a fun way. It's ambient, it's easy to listen to. It's quite forceful without being too much. The bass, because of the passive radiators, is more, if you're familiar with Beolit 2 sort of territory. It's not super accurate, but it's not detracting, if that makes sense. Which is one of the things I really like about it, because I loved my Beolit 2 when I had one. And this is sort of giving similar vibes. In terms of frequency range, it's quoted at 37 Hz to 20,000 Hz, and I believe it does that quite easily. The bass really gives you that sort of subwoofery vibe. And yeah, I like that sort of thing. Not only that, it's quite capable, so if you play any sort of heavy bass modern tracks, this will play that without any issue. Where, like, take something smaller like an A1 or a P6 struggles, this doesn't do that at all, and that's quite pleasant. It is bigger, obviously, like the size comparison is like, doesn't really compare, so it's a bit of a false equivalency. But in terms of, like, even at moderate volumes, the bass on this is a lot nicer, and it's also the enormous dedicated woofer in where this woofer does both duties, and then you have a tweeter. Then some of the charging, well, one of the new things on the Beolit 20 is a Qi charger. It is a bit, I don't know, Does it need to be there? If you use this as like on the side of a nightstand or something, yeah, it's nice. The battery in here is 3200 milliamp, and it's quite decent. It takes a long time for it to basically empty. You get up to 8 hours. If you play it loud outdoors, it's probably more like 4 or 5. That's not max volume though. But the thing is, with 3200 milliamps, 3200 milliamps, if you're on the go on, let's say, the beach or whatever, and your phone is nearly dead, and my iPhone is a regular iPhone 11, if I were to put that on top and charge it, you end up with either an empty Beolit 20 and a full phone, or half and half, which is, I guess, good in a bind, but I guess that's one of the only negatives. There's, to me, only 2 real negatives about this. The battery is not big enough for it to have a Qi charger for on the go. The Qi charger works really well. It's nice. It's a nice add-on, but the battery needs to be a lot bigger, because, I mean, I can show you this. Like, this has 1 and a bit iPhone charge in it. This has over 10. So would it add it to the weight? Yes, but the way you carry this like this, I don't think it would have mattered. The only other thing it is quoted as a 360 speaker because there's drivers all around. The only thing though is on the back, it's a bit treble, too high on treble, and that's mostly because there's only a full range driver on this side, if I'm not mistaken. There's no bass coming directly backwards, as in firing that way. I mean, there's bass coming that way and now towards me, so to say. So it becomes a bit overly bright on this side. But then again, if you're sitting in a group of friends and it's just talking and playing, it's not something you notice. You only really notice that when you turn it up, which I've obviously done, but that's how I found out, where the sound is basically similar for 270-ish degrees. It's just directly behind it that it becomes a bit bright when it's really, really loud. In terms of charging, it takes about 3 hours from dead. Are you ever going to let it die like that? Probably not. So if it's like 20%, 30%, under 2 hours and it's full, and it's really, really nice that way. You obviously get a charger and all that with it. Yeah, I really like it. You can still stereo pair this one with a Beolit 17 if you have it. And honestly, it's on the old Bluetooth standard, which is why you can still connect it to a Beolit 17. It's more an aesthetic and Qi charge upgrade than like a physical upgrade of the hardware in here, which is why it still only has Bluetooth 4.2. Is that a problem? Not really, because in my experience it works really well. My phone and iPad instantly connect to it, and not an issue. It's just that, like, I would have liked a bit more power saving, and like the new A1 and the newer portable speakers, they all have Bluetooth 5 and or up. That would have been nice, because it's like you get more out of your battery that way. Do I mind? Not really, because this is already quite a nice boombox experience that's small enough to take to the beach or anywhere else you go, and it's really powerful for the size. Like, you could technically stereo pair them and connect them to your TV. I wouldn't recommend it per se, but you could if you're in a pinch and if you really like B&O. Like, the bass that comes out of it is quite impressive. This is one of the things I really like. I'm really considering having these, buying this one, this specific one, because I like the colors, I like the strap. I have no need for it. but I like B&O. So B&O, if you're watching this, and if you think I'm too critical, forgive me for that. But I do like it, don't get me wrong. I would highly recommend this. And if you're thinking about, should I get 2 A1s or one of these? Get one of these, or get a Beolit 17 if your dealer still has one. Yeah, these are my thoughts on this. I like it. Do you have one? Do you have your Beolit 17? Do you need the Qi charger? I personally don't, but let me know in the comments. Also, thank you very much to my dealer Bang Olufsen Ter Horst here in Utrecht for making this possible. And leave a like, subscribe, and all our details to follow us, including my dealer, are down in down in the description. Hope you have a good one. See you in the next one, and like and subscribe and all that jazz. And bye.